We are just days away from AEW All In at Wembley Stadium. This is going to be one of the biggest wrestling shows of all time, and a win on this show is historic for even the most legendary of wrestlers who are a part of it. 80,000 plus people in the arena. This is going to be huge, and a win on this card is going to change careers. And today we are going to be predicting which careers will be changed. Welcome to the Wrestling Universe channel. My name is Cosk, and today I am going to be predicting All In 2023. The first match we will be covering is Aussie Open versus MJF and Adam Cole. This match is one of the more unpredictable matches in the sense that MJF and Adam Cole losing in the pre-show of the major show they're about to main event would be very weird booking. But at the same time, you could also say the same about Co-Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions main eventing the biggest show in AEW history. So I don't know exactly who's gonna win confidently, but if I were to make a prediction, I feel the most likely outcome is Aussie Open, and I feel like it's going to be due to miscommunication. Maybe MJF is next to Kyle Fletcher, for example. Adam Cole's going for a super kick. Kyle Fletcher ducks. He hits MJF straight in the face, takes him out. Maybe he's on the ring apron and he takes a hard fall. The point here is, this begins a story. Not a story of dissension. Well, it's kind of a story of dissension, but the main story is a kayfabe injury, as MJF seems legitimately hurt. He's on the apron, he gets super kicked, maybe he falls badly on his leg, and he's kind of not crawling, but like standing on one leg, kind of hopping around, like goes to the ground, writhing in pain, clutching his leg. And that's the story for the main event. MJF's not at 100%. Will Adam Cole capitalize on his best friend? We move on to Hikaru Shida versus Toni Storm versus Saraya versus Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship. This one is one that has fans up in arms, because a lot of people are predicting, unfortunately so, that Saraya is winning. But I'm gonna have a bit more faith in AEW. I'm gonna predict Hikaru Shida. I don't think it's Britt Baker's time. I don't think Toni Storm should win the belt back, that's just hot potatoing it. And I don't really want to see a Saraya women's title run. So my official pick is Hikaru Shida. I feel like she deserves a proper run with the championship, and I think she could produce golden work with it. Our next match is Konosuke Takeshita and Bullet Club Gold versus the Golden Elite. This one's very interesting because on one hand, a win like this could do wonders for the likes of Takeshita and Bullet Club Gold. But on the other, good guy standing tall, 80,000 people, the pop that the Elite would get, the Golden Elite would get, would be huge. I'm gonna have to go with Konosuke Takeshita and Bullet Club Gold though. We're gonna have a lot of good guys winning. On the show, not every match needs to be that. Yes, it's all Elite wrestling, and the Elite winning a big match on their biggest show would be really cool. But I feel like this could do wonders for Takeshita, Jay White, Juice Robinson, and more specifically, it could lead to Takeshita versus Omega, where I'd also have Takeshita get the win, but that's a conversation for another time. Now it's time for the Stadium Stampede. Blackpool Combat Club and Santana and Ortiz versus Eddie Kingston, Pentel Zero Miedo, and the Best Friends. This one I'd say is one of the more predictable matches on the card, but at the same time I could still see it going both ways, if that makes sense. In the sense, I could see either team winning. I wouldn't be shocked if, I'll just say, the best friends won, but the other team has John Moxley. The Blackpool Combat Club needs some big wins. I think it's a safe bet that the Blackpool Combat Club win, especially with Santana and Ortiz on their side, considering it is the first match they've had in over a year, at least as a tag team. Ortiz did some stuff, but not much, and if you want to keep Santana and Ortiz serious and make them legitimate contenders to the tag titles, which I believe they can be, they need to win their first match back. We move on to the coffin match. Darby Allin and Sting versus Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage. Now with this one, I feel like it's once again pretty predictable. Darby Allin has a TNT title shot the week after All In, and Sting is Sting. Sting barely loses because he's Sting. So my prediction is going to be Sting and Darby Allin. I think it's going to be a very fun match, but a tad predictable, which isn't a bad thing, just not very hard to predict. Next up, we have the House of Black versus the Acclaimed. This is a new match on the card, and from the segment that I've seen, I'm recording this immediately after Dynamite, so I haven't seen the Collision after, it very much seems like the Acclaimed is winning. They've set it up perfectly. I feel like if the Acclaimed lose, then what's next for them? They've lost 3 times in a row to the House of Black. So everything points to the Acclaimed winning. What that means for the House of Black? I don't know. Maybe they become main event acts on Collision. I feel like that could work. Maybe a full-time CMFTR program. Malachi Black versus CM Punk at the pay-per-view, for example. Our next match is Will Ospreay versus Chris Jericho. This is one of the big singles matches of All In. And I mean, Will Ospreay's winning, right? Like, there's no way that Will Ospreay loses. That would make no sense. It's the UK. Jericho's an older name. Will Ospreay is the fresh face, the new main eventer. Well, not new main eventer. He's been a main eventer for a while in New Japan, but like he's fairly new to being established as a top guy in AEW. So everything indicates that Will Ospreay is going to win. I think this match is going to really surprise people. And I feel like this is potentially going to be one of the surprise matches of the night. Our next match is, to me, the most anticipated match of the night. It's FTR versus the Young Bucks. This match, to me, is going to be amazing. It's going to be the match of the night. It's going to steal the show. It's a definite 5-star match. And it was once really unpredictable. I genuinely had no idea who was going to win. I was even leaning towards FTR. But after the Cash Wheeler news, I think the Young Bucks are going to get the victory here. I feel like TK isn't gonna keep the titles on someone who's in controversy, and like, it's not like currently a major controversy because nothing's confirmed, it's all accusations. But does TK want to risk it? Does TK want to keep the titles on Dax and Cash when Cash is embroiled in controversy? So my pick is going to be the Young Bucks. Although personally I think I'd prefer FTR retaining just because I've only just started to really get into their run. Next up we have CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. Now this one I could see going either way. I could see Samoa Joe winning, Punk has made it clear he is willing to lose to people who are, it's weird to say at a lower level because it's Samoa Joe. I believe he's one of the most talented men in the world when it comes to professional wrestling. But at a lower level, popularity-wise, at a lower level, star power-wise, I do think CM Punk is going to get the win though. It's Wembley Stadium, Punk's taken enough losses, and you really need to drive home that he's the real world champion. A loss at Wembley Stadium diminishes that championship of everything it has. And the main event, Adam Cole versus MJF. This match could go any way. It could be a clean finish, it could be a heel turn, it could be anything. It could be Cole winning, it could be MJF winning. How? We don't know. My official prediction, as much as it pains me to say it, because I love what Adam Cole and MJF are doing currently, I do think Adam Cole is going to cheat to win with the help of the Kingdom. I think Adam Cole is going to become the new AEW World Champion, and I feel this is going to lead to MJF eventually getting that title back, becoming a 2-time champion, because I do believe he's re-signed, or this is very close to re-signing. I personally believe he re-signed months ago, but that's just speculation on my part. I gotta say, I could see this going either way. It's the most unpredictable match in the night for me, but I'm leaning towards Adam Cole cheating to win. But what do you guys think? Thank you for joining me. If you're interested in more content, subscribe for more. It would mean the world to me. Have a nice day. See you later.